Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good morning everyone, and welcome to today's forum. We're here to discuss an intriguing topic, which is movements toward Islam by non-Muslims resulting from the influence of media. This is a critical discussion, especially in our contemporary world where media plays such a dominant role in shaping perceptions and ideologies. Today, we are joined by two distinguished researchers, Dr. Zaid, a cultural studies expert with a focus on media's impact on religion, and also Dr. Ammar, an expert in Islamic studies and interfaith dialogue. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you. I'm very glad to be here.
Me too.
Alright, without further ado, Dr. Zaid, let's start with you. How do you define the influence of media on social interactions, particularly among non-Muslim communities?
Okay. Now, let's start with the basic premise provided by Collins Dictionary, which defines media as the means of communication that can reach a wide number of people. Now, I want to ask Dr. Ammar a question. In your opinion, what makes the media such a powerful tool in shaping perceptions?
Thank you, Dr. Zaid. Okay. Actually, media has unparalleled reach and influence. We will never know how powerful it is actually. It actually as a platform for creating and reinforcing narratives, whether through news, films, social media, newspaper, online newspaper, or any other sources. As D. Ruich 2017 states, media plays a crucial role in constructing identities, particularly by representing Muslims in a political, sociological, and ideological manner. It's not just what is shown, but how it is framed also can make an impact to the public perception.
I see. That's an interesting point of view, Dr. Ammar. Dr. Zaid, would you agree with Dr. Ammar's point?
Yes, I do. And I would like to add that media doesn't operate in a vacuum. As D. Roach highlighted, it serves the interests of dominant societal groups. And these key figures behind the scenes decided what narrative to push, often influenced by political or economic agendas. And this leads to disparities in how different groups, like Muslims, are portrayed compared to others.
I would like to add to that very interesting argument. Yes, I agree that behind media has figures. We have figures behind every media, such as leaders of a nation or the government itself. We know that behind them, there are identities that have their own goals and motives. So the government or the state leaders will use media to utilize, to make the public, the consumers of media to achieve their goal. So it is easily understood that if the media can shape people's perspective, ideologies also can be planted to the consumers that will benefit them, especially in non-Muslim countries where the media consumers do not have any experience, do not have any Muslim friend, do not know anything about Islam. So it is easier for them to just absorb everything that they get from the media.
Interesting point, Dr. Ammar. To you, Dr. Zaid, can you elaborate more on how media creates and nurtures specific perceptions of Muslims, particularly in Western contexts?
Oh yeah, certainly. Media not only amplifies existing stereotypes, but also construct new ones. As Kanji 2018 notes, the portrayal of Muslim perpetrated violence is disproportionately highlighted compared to similar acts by non-Muslims. For example, the Institute of Social Policy and Understanding tracked how outlets like the New York Times report acts of violence by Muslims twice as often, even when the crimes are similar. And this creates a skewed association between Islam and violence in public consciousness.
Okay, now I would like to make some time to the audience out there. Okay, so take some time to think. Okay, imagine you are a person, non-Muslim person who are living in a non-Muslim country, who do not have any encounters to Muslim and Islam at all. and you do not have any practicing Muslim as your friends, as your relatives, as your neighbors, okay. So to the audience, do you think that you do not have anything, any knowledge about Islam, and don't you think that you also will believe anything you see about Islam and Muslim from the media, because that's the only source that you have regarding Islam and Muslim? So don't worry, take your time. To the audience out there, take your time and think about this, and you also might be trapped in this portrayal of framing issue. Okay.
Alright. So, Dr. Ammar, do you see any similar trends in other aspects of media coverage?
Okay, absolutely. Hamas, researcher, in 2017 published his paper that he observed that American media disproportionately covered European victims of violence compared to Middle Eastern victims. This selective reporting fosters empathy for some groups while marginalizing others, reinforcing a narrative of us versus them. These disparities shape how non-Muslim view Muslim, often deepening divides rather than fostering understanding. So media want to instill the emotion to the non-Muslim toward Muslim.
See. Also, if I'm not mistaken, Diruj mentions that media constructs people identities based on presupposed knowledge systems. What does it mean for Muslims and non-Muslim relations?
Okay, this concept highlights the media's power to define the other. Okay, for non-Muslim audiences, media becomes the primary lens through which they view Muslims, especially if they lack personal interactions. And when the media portrays Muslims through a lens of suspicion or danger, it shapes not just opinions but identities, influencing how non-Muslim relate to Muslim in their communities.
I would like to add on. Actually, the media creates barrier. When one group is constantly portrayed as the threat or the outsider, it leads to mistrust and division. This isn't just theoretical, it's measurable. Studies show that negative media portrayals correlate with increased hate crimes and discriminatory policies. Conversely, positive portrayals can foster empathy and solidarity.
I see. Both of you has given solid points, but now I have another open question. Given the examples of disproportionate reporting, what do you think that media organizations can do to present more balanced coverage?
Can I?
Okay.
Okay. Media outlets need to prioritize fairness and accountability. Means that this includes diversifying newsroom staff to include more voices for underrepresented communities. For example, organizations like FAIR advocate for unbiased reporting and hold media accountable for perpetuating stereotypes.
Okay, that is from the media point of view. Actually, as us and the audience, as the media consumers, we also have a role in this to make media become more balanced from it is now. First, people need to demand better reporting and support media outlets that prioritize accuracy and balance. And usually they are not from the government media. You know that the government media plays the media to their goal, to what they benefit them the most. So we need to advocate media literacy programs that can help individuals critically analyze the information they consume.
Okay. But before our moderator close this forum session, I would like to invite all of our audience here or even listening to this forum live from home to be a responsible media consumer and try to take some time before absorbing any information that you may get from the media, since it is also made by humans and that made by humans with various intentions. So practice this verse of Quran. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا إن جاءكم فاسق بنبأ فتبينوا أن تصيبوا قوما بجاهلة فتصبحوا على ما فعلتم نادمين. Means, O you who have believed, If there's come to you a disobedient one with information, investigate lest you harm a people out of ignorance and become over what you have done regretful. Al-Hujurat verse 6.
Wow. Thank you, Dr. Zaid, for such beautiful verse which is correlated with our topic tonight. In conclusion, tonight's discussion underscores the profound role of media in shaping relationships between Muslim and non-Muslims. From selective reporting to identity formation, the influence of media cannot be overstated. It is up to both media professionals and also the public to push for narratives that promote understanding and inclusivity. Thank you to our panelists, Dr. Ammar bin Abd Latif and Dr. Zaid bin Rosli, for their insights tonight. And thank you all for joining us. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you.